All right, this is the end of 2017. This is literally the end of 2017. Like a few days later, and we're into 2018. We played a lot of video games. Jake, you and me have done quite a few quick looks and dumb stuff that hasn't even gone online yet. How you doing?
Doing fine.
All right. As for Rich, I finally got to get you back into the hustle of quick looks. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great, man. It's great to be back as well. Like, I really miss doing that kind of stuff. It was really fun.
All right, so yeah, with that we're all here performing for you. If you know the words, you can join in too. We're gonna talk a bit about the games that came out in 2017. Are you guys ready?
Nah.
Not really.
2017 also marked the return of two really big Nintendo franchises. First off was March.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah,
Forces.
Sonic Forces. Yeah.
Sonic Forces. Oh my god. Create your own OC, man.
Yeah, that shit was dope. But we're gonna leave that for when Sonic Forces comes along. But before Sonic Forces was even a glint in the eye of Sega, Zelda Breath of the Wild came out this year. And holy shit, man, that's a fucking game. That's a fucking game right there. Rich, you and I did the quick look. What do you think of the game from what little you've played?
I've just seen very little bits of it. I've played very little bits of it, but as far as I have seen / played, it's just really a beautiful game. Like, aesthetic-wise, the game is just one of the top things that I have ever seen Nintendo create, to be very honest. And gameplay-wise, it was pretty darn fun. I am just not used to the newer Nintendo consoles, sadly. However, I did find the gameplay to be quite smooth. Like, I never felt like something was wrong or missing or whatever. I just knew that I was fucking up myself. Everything was just smooth and fluid.
Except for the part where we did the quick look where the game started stuttering a bit, because there are quite a few frame rate problems with that game. Like, the game genuinely got a few like, the Switch apparently was worse. Maybe it's fixed now, but both games seem to have some fucking issues trying to run at a decent frame rate. When there's a lot on screen, just shit. I've seen the game freeze. I've seen the game freeze up for like 5 to 6 seconds before it continued playing. It's fucking nuts.
Yeah, I
Jake,
thought that they already fixed that because
could be. It's been a while since I've played
certain
it.
areas. I know that it's in certain areas that it's a bit fixed, but
Yeah, but I don't think it's
complete
fixed
fix.
everywhere. Jake, you've played a bit of Breath of the Wild too. We both played all three of us played the Wii U version. So yeah, what did you think of Breath of the Wild though?
Well, it looked beautiful, that's for sure. I'm not a Zelda fan. I'm gonna say this like on front.
Are you though? Cause you kind of like A Link to the Past, right?
That's the only one I actually played more than an hour, and yeah, I liked it, but there was something wrong with my
your SNES
cartridge. Yeah, it was something
Your
wrong
cartridge.
with. Yeah,
Alright.
it couldn't save. So every
Oh,
time
shit.
I quit it, well, everything what I'd done was gone. So
But get good. Just play it in one sitting.
play it in one go, man. Just do it.
Yeah.
do
Do it. Just do it. Just do it.
Just
So
be
yeah,
that
Breath
one.
of the Wild.
You just gotta
Yeah, no.
play
Yeah.
it, man. Just like the poor child that didn't have a memory card for the PlayStation 1, man.
Oh shit! Bring up some memories. Fucking Crash Bandicoot. Having to restart that shit. And Spyro, man. Crash Bandicoot was okay, but Spyro was a bit bigger and longer, so that was a bit of a problem. But yeah, anyway, back to Breath of the Wild. Jake, what do you think? What did you think of it?
I liked it. I liked it a lot. Like, for somebody who knows nothing of Zelda, for me, it felt like, yeah, this is fun. I can do, like, whatever I want, basically. Like, look around, explore.
And is that because...
Get my ass kicked a lot.
And yeah, that game is pretty brutal. Like, didn't we die a few times in the quick look?
Yeah, of course. We died very often due to gravity, mainly.
Yeah, oh yeah, we fell a lot. Like, and Jake, do you think you like Breath of the Wild? Like, of course you're not saying I love it or anything, but do you think you like it because it's less
I definitely,
Zelda?
I don't know. I haven't played all the other ones, so I can't say like best Zelda. The only
No.
ones
I
played-
mean, do you like Breath of the Wild because it's different than most Zeldas out there?
Oh, sorry.
because of the gameplay setting, because of the non-restrictive system.
I guess, yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, I like exploring, and it was fun.
But despite that, you're not really an open world fan, as far as I remember.
No, it depends on the game, though. It really depends for me on the game. Like, I do not like exploring in like cities for some reason. I don't know why. I hate it.
So Breath of the Wild was the first review I did, which I had a few complaints about it. Eventually, I did give it a 9.5 because fuck, that game's really good. Frame rate and battle system and the weapon switching system are a bit bothersome, but nothing that keeps the game from reaching the heights it does. Because like when I started the game, after the quick look, when I started the game alone, I was like, all right, first thing I'm gonna do is go and try and fight Ganon, like straight out, just go to the castle and fight him. And that endeavor took me like 3 hours to get there, but it was some of the most fun I ever had because it was basically playing Metal Gear Solid. It was like, if I get spotted, I'm fucking dead. So I'm gonna have to find ways and routes up like cliffs and go through water and secret entrances, trying to get to Ganondorf or Ganon or Calamity Ganon, whatever, without being noticed. And when I did, I started fighting the one of the first enemies there, and I got my ass kicked. But yeah, no, that was incredibly fun. Like infiltrating that castle without even any decent gear or clothing. That was fucking dope. Like, one of the best experiences, like one of the most memorable experiences I had in gaming, actually in general. Alright, so first game that actually came out this year that was a big like attention grabber was Horizon Zero Dawn by Guerrilla Studios, the guys who did Killzone. Jake, you and I played a bit of it. You remember a bit of the game?
Wait. Was that with the little child?
That was with the little child, with the robots, the robot dinosaurs,
oh,
man.
Yeah. I know the game.
Yes.
It was fun.
Okay.
I don't know. It was fun.
So I actually finished that entire game. That was a really fun game. A lot of people seem to be comparing it to Breath of the Wild, which I think is kind of unfair because the two games are very different, and Breath of the Wild has that freedom which makes Horizon Zero Dawn look very restrictive. Rich, you know anything about Horizon Zero Dawn?
Nah, man, I have like no idea what that game is actually. Isn't that like that game with a little girl with a bow and arrow or something? Like, that's the only thing I think I've seen.
She's not a little girl. She's an adult.
She's an adult. Oh, alright.
But she starts out as a little girl.
Yeah, she starts out with a little girl. She's super upset and she throws rocks at people. It's great.
Yes. And I can remember in your going and drive video, something with the batteries.
Yeah, my batteries of my controller dying, so I made stupid jokes. That's Horizon Zero Dawn. Yeah, like I remember when that game was announced. You remember anything about the announcement? Were you excited about when the game was coming out, Jake?
Yes, it looks fucking dope.
It is fucking dope. I think the game is done very well in several aspects. The only problem I think the game actually has is that gameplay-wise, it doesn't really set itself apart from anything else. It doesn't feel like it's got an identity gameplay-wise. Everything feels like, oh, this is a bit of Dark Souls. This is a bit of what's the game? Fuck. It's just a little bit of everything without a clear like defining Horizon gameplay element. Aesthetic and everything, of course, it's got this unique shit going on, but yeah. Like you said, you played a bit of it. Did you play did you play anything after the after the demo, the tutorial section, or not?
I don't think so. I think we got stuck somewhere.
Yeah, I think I deliberately got stuck in a wall in the waterfall. I remember that. Yeah, no, it wasn't a pretty neat game, but I feel like a lot of people and me personally kind of forget about that game in 2017. Like, before I even brought it up, I don't think you guys even remembered this was a game, right?
Vaguely.
I think it's mainly because 2017 has been ruled by so many good games that you kind of forget the ones that are good but don't stand out too much. Because there's like a shit ton of games that came out this year. But yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn is a pretty neat game overall. Really good. I don't see it anywhere near Game of the Year status because, like I said, I feel like it's lacking a few. It's lacking identity in the gameplay aspect, but yeah, it's a cool game nonetheless. I really suggest people check it out if they can. Alright, next up, we're gonna speed things up a bit more. Next up is not For Honor, but For You. I mean, For Honor, actually. That was a really bad transition, but sure. Jake, you played For Honor.
It came out this year?
Yes, that came out this year!
Oh.
Yeah, that kind of says enough about that game, doesn't it?
I loved it in the first couple of weeks, and then I got tired of it and forgot about it.
Yeah, that's pretty much For Honor. Like, I think I'd be able to play a lot more of that game than you, but that kind of summarizes it. For Honor, that came out this year? That's it. That's all there is to say about it. Alright, next up is a game which I really liked. A real hardcore contender for one of the best games I played this year. Yeah, Sonic Forces. But it doesn't. It's not Sonic Forces, but it does have a homing attack. And Rich, we played it recently. Jake, we played the first game remastered on the PlayStation 4 quite a bit ago. Best of Pack. No, Gravity Rush 2.
Oh yeah.
That game's super dope.
That game is weird as hell, but fun as all hell.
Yeah,
I think
it's great.
It's fun, but I don't like playing it with Roy here because he creeps me out.
No.
You creep me out.
You're the creepy one. You're
super creepy.
I remember you saying, "Yo, I want to put my wiener in Cat's butt." I remember you saying that. Don't deny it. I've got audio footage.
What?
We've got stone cold evidence.
It is I, Jake, and I want to put my wiener in Cat's butt.
We got the evidence.
It's
you can't
fake.
escape.
It's fake. No, fuck off. You're actually super creepy. I don't like it.
It's the enemy police. We're gonna lock you up. Also, you've got a hot boner for Cortana, which is a PC girl. It's a blue PC lady.
Yeah,
my lady.
I like the holograms.
Yes, but that's the best thing. Like, he's got any choice of like, who's the girl he really likes the most in a video game? If you want to go as far as to say video game waifu, at least mine and her universe is fucking real. And apparently I misjudged the age a bit, but it's okay. And I've been going back and forth on whether that's
child. It's fucking sick.
She doesn't though. She does. Believe me, I've seen a lot of her.
Yeah, you creep me out with that game. I don't know why. You just creep me out. I actually stopped playing that other game with you. Like, what was it called? PlayStation All-Star Battle Melee.
Yeah, that's why you're upset. That's why you're upset. Because I wasn't like, we played a lot of
PlayStation. So much.
I didn't though. I was just super good with her. That's it. Doing the sick gravity combos. You couldn't handle that shit. Yeah, also, like I said, at least I'm not like, at least when I have a super boner for a fucking hologram in a video game. You sad, pathetic fuck.
Yes, you're right. You have a boner for a cartoonish little girl.
I'm not the only one. Alright.
I don't know.
Alright, we gotta get back on point here.
Get back to
Gravity Rush 2 is the shit. Gravity Rush 2 is the shit, man. That game like improves almost upon anything in the first one did. Combat is smoothed out, is way better. Rich, you played a bit of the game. That game looks fucking gorgeous, doesn't it?
It looks very gorgeous. It explains to you what you have to do, like what the mechanics of the game are quite well, because there's quite a lot of things you can do, and it's quite complicated. However, in quite a short amount of time, I felt like I was already growing quite a well grasp of how the game goes, and it felt really fun and clever to just be able to even just doing combat felt clever. You started feeling smart by killing things. It's like, hey, have you ever felt smart killing someone in a game? No, you haven't, you piece of shit. Get smart, kill things.
Yeah, no, I really like the game.
That's
my
why I
own
use
main...
potions of intelligence.
My only gripes with the game are that first off, the story is kind of a jumbled mess near the end because they knew Gravity Rush 3 wasn't gonna happen, so they were like, we gotta force the everything of 3 in this one, and it's just kind of a fucking mess at the end. And some missions are just kind of like, what? Like, it's 2017. Why are we still doing escort missions? Why are we doing gravity stealth missions? The fuck? But yeah, otherwise, like, that game is super fucking good. What do you think about ARMS?
ARMS.
How the hell did you...
ARMS is like
No, go ahead.
basically that one game that's like trying to be a fighting game, but at the same time isn't a fighting game. It's like your
It's kind of like Virtual On.
it's like
apparently.
your typical game like Dive Kick or Lethal League, but
Okay, in that way. Okay,
yeah. But basically, it has a very big rock paper scissors mechanic, as in
I've seen that.
whatever you do, there's always a counter to that exact move, and that's the way you play around it. A grab can be beat by this, that can be beaten by that. It's just very big rock paper scissorsy. Everything you can do can get countered. You just have to go really deep in the mind games.
Do you think that's a problem, or do you think that enhances
No,
the
it
game?
really enhances the game.
Alright,
Also,
cool.
you have...
Poker Tournament was a lot like that.
Yes. I actually want to say that there's quite some similarities on that behalf. But
Yeah,
basically,
alright.
every character that you have in that game has quite a lot of character-specific things, and each round that you play, you can switch your arms. You can apply different arms, and they all have different effects / attacks and all that kind of stuff. And that's how you strategize for your next round and keep everything fresh and exciting.
No. Yeah. Now, y'all motherfuckers been laughing at me and my crush for Cad, but how about y'all motherfuckers recognize that bootylicious girl Twintel? Damn that ass! Have you seen Twintel though?
Who's
Holy
Twintel,
shit!
man?
You creepy.
What?
Who's that?
You're creeping
Yo,
me
come
out.
on, Twintel from ARMS.
Shut up, you creepy.
Who that?
Who that? That the Brazilian girl with the big booty.
I only know the clown girl, man. That's the only thing I remember.
Shit. Oh god. Oh god, I gotta send some Twintel fan art your way.
Okay.
Y'all
please
know what
do.
I'm talking about. It's just asses everywhere. Yeah, no. ARMS might not be the best game this year, but Twintel is like the best fucking thing ever invented. Goddamn, Twintel is the best. She's fucking awesome, and she's got a nice butt too.
Bet she's underage.
Then no, she's not.
That's what you say on everything, bro.
She just turned 18 though. All right, we're gonna speed things up a bit because there's quite a bit to still go through. First off, did any of you guys play Prey?
I bought that game.
I have it too, and I haven't even played it. I'm the same as
plastic.
you. It's still in plastic too. Plastic
Yeah.
Brothers. Plastic Brothers. Limited.
Yeah.
I have
Got more
a
plastic than
limited.
you, though.
I've got a mint edition Prey Xbox One copy, or is it PlayStation? No, Xbox One. Which version do you have? Oh, you fucked up. You fucked up. You fucked up. PlayStation 4 version has like quite a few problems. Maybe they're already fixed, but apparently like there was some serious frame rate issues and all going on with Prey. I bought Prey because I'm a huge fan. Like the first Prey was cool, but I'm a huge fan of System Shock. So, and that game is just literally System Shock 3. So I'm really excited to play that. Rich, you ever play System Shock?
I have System Shock 2 on my PC, but I have yet to blur it up.
Ooh, yeah, I don't even know if you want to because it's kind of old and it's very archaic.
Look,
but if you stick with it,
I really
you
don't
get
care about it being old
There
or
we go.
something.
No, I mean
And
like
the plastic. Oh my.
System Shock 2. Oh yeah, you have right. I finished System Shock 2. That game is fucking divine. But like what I mean with it's old is it's not because it's old that it's bad, because fucking Half-Life still plays like a dream for the most part. It's a bit slippery, but System Shock 2 is very clunky, and back in the day even, it was an ugly-ass game, so some people might not want to go back, other people don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it. I enjoyed myself with System Shock 2, and I really want to play Prey. I really hope to play it before the end of the year, but yeah, that ain't gonna happen. You know what is Game of the Year material?
Tell me.
Sonic Forces.
The ultimate crossover. Not Sonic Forces, goddammit, but the ultimate crossover.
What is it?
Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. What
Wait,
the fuck?
that shit came out?
Yeah, that shit came out. That shit came out in March.
Oh,
No,
wow.
April. I don't remember when it came out, but it came out. It's just XCOM, and it's fucking amazing. They just added the player versus player option, so that's cool. Rich, we know you like Mario. Do you like the Rabbids?
I discussed the Rabbids, however, I
Good.
have heard very good
Me
things
too.
about that game.
Yes, that's just the thing. I really don't like the Rabbids as well. Mario plus Rabbids, again, I like Mario. I don't like the Rabbids. This game is pretty cool. It's just XCOM.
I mean, it's a very
Just-
weird combination of things to see, like, first of
Yeah,
all,
it's
Mario
fucking
and
bizarre.
Rabbids coming together, then
Yeah.
using that gameplay out of all other options
Yeah,
that they have.
it's
But
bizarre.
yeah, it's very bizarre, but somehow it worked. It really worked
Yeah.
very well, as far as I have heard.
Yeah, no, it really does. Like, I've seen quite a bit of it, and goddamn, that's a cool game with some cool combinations between the Rabbids and the Mario characters. Yeah, I'm really excited to play that one.
Is this the game with the dabbing thingy?
God fucking damn it, of course he brings that up. Yes, I totally forgot about that part. Fuck you, Jake. Fuck you. Rich, you probably don't know about it, but Luigi dabs super hard in that game.
Brrrah!
Then there's Cuphead.
Oh, yes.
The
Cuphead,
indie
yeah.
breakout game, Cuphead, which looks goddamn amazing. I love the art style, I love the music, the setting. Everything about it is fairly unique. I'm still kind of bummed that they didn't put Peacock in that game as like
Oh
a
my
guest
god, that
character.
would be super good. Like a super boss peacock or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, parry,
we-
jump, Arcus Agony.
Good luck with that shit. Did any of you play Cuphead?
I played quite a bit of it at a friend's
What?
place.
Oh, okay, yeah, go ahead.
That
Tell us about it.
That game is just insanely fun. Like everything
fucking
about
good.
it. Like people keep on saying it's your typical trial and error thing, but
Yeah, but that's what's so good about it.
honest to all God, it's not even trial and error that crazy much. It's mainly just a game that's all about your twitch reflexes, your basic ass gaming knowledge,
yeah.
and that's basically it. There's like very minimal trial and error, unless it's like a new part of a boss that's like, oh shit, I did not expect this to happen. Oh fuck. That's like the only trial and error that you can see in that whole game.
You know what you like, Jake? You know what I liked?
Little girls.
And that's she's not little.
Oh.
She's a big girl. Don't be fronting, dude. Like I said, you
Like,
got a boner.
for real.
You got a
know
boner
my
for a
persona?
space
That's
hologram.
something I said when I was 12 or something. 12 or 14.
You got a bone.
You're
You got
like
a.
what? How old are you now? 24,
You've got a boner for a
25?
space hologram, dude.
I don't care, man. I don't care. It's yours is way
Mass
more
Effect Andromeda. Wow, what a mess. Mass Effect Andromeda. Oh my god, what the hell happened there? Jake, we've messed around a bit on that Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah.
You've played quite a bit of that game.
Yeah. I think
What are your
I
thoughts?
played like 3 hours on it, and then I just turned it
Oh.
off, and I was like, "Fuck this shit."
Oh,
But hey, it got out of the plastic. It got out of the plastic.
I got out of the plastic. The plastic bro no more. So tell me a bit about Mass Effect Andromeda and why you had to fuck that shit.
Well, I think for a Mass Effect game, the story is kind of important, and
Mm-hmm. Yes.
yeah, the story was garbage in my opinion. Like from the
Yeah.
beginning, I didn't like it. I think I just like continued playing it because in hope like it get better, but it just didn't get better, and I just like dropped it after a glitch or two.
And did you guys, what am I saying, you guys? Did you like encounter any of the funny glitches we've seen in videos?
Not so much, but I got stuck in a floor once.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
And then I walked through buildings.
Oh, cool. Like you had a knack to glitch games though. You should be a quality assurance tester. You've managed like quite a few glitches in that one video I made. Is like you fucking around just glitching out of the world. How many times did you fall out of the world and evolve?
Way too many times.
3. Yeah, no, Mass Effect Andromeda is like a fucking mess, and after the sad closure of Visceral Games, creators of Dead Space, otherwise known as Dead Space 2, the best game created of that generation.
Heck yeah.
It's kind... Hell yeah, this is the Dead Space 2 fan club, let's hear it, let's holler for my boy Dead Space 2! Woo!
Yay.
Wow, what an enthusiasm. I feel like after Visceral's closure, we all know what's next. Like if the Anthem, BioWare's game Anthem comes out and it's not how it's supposed to be, BioWare is getting the axe, man. BioWare's gonna fucking die if Anthem isn't what it's supposed to be. And I feel like either way, BioWare's gonna fucking die.
Isn't it already dead?
No, in a way it is. Omaira mo Shinderu, like for realsies. But at the moment, it's a walking corpse. So yeah, Mass Effect Andromeda, certainly not Game of the Year material. And this year marks a pretty interesting return of another franchise, which, like Breath of the Wild, takes a drastic...
Sonic Forces.
Ah, god damn it! Shut the hell up. Brings back an old franchise in a new jacket, and again, I'm talking about Resident Evil 7. You guys have any, have you guys played Resident Evil 7?
No, I'm really tempted to give it a go, but I've never been able to because, well, as of late I haven't been able to play on any form of a PC for very long until now, and I only have a PlayStation 3. However, I did see like bits of the first boss, I think, and that's all I know.
And Jake, Resident Evil 7, did you play anything, a bit?
Resident Evil, are you talking about those movies?
Oh, he's gonna start shitting on the fucking series again. Shut the hell up, dude. Shut the hell up. I didn't play I played the demo of Resident Evil 7 and a few demo kiosks at Gamescom. I checked it out a few years ago, but I didn't actually play the full version. It looks neat, but I think it's interesting how they went from classic camera angle to action-oriented third-person shooter to a first-person shooter that's more akin to the old Resident Evils. Because, Rich, you've played quite a few Resident Evils, right? Which ones did you play? Which ones didn't you play? Which one did you like?
I played the original first one, the DS first one, the remake of the first one, the PlayStation 1 remake of the first one, the second one, the third one, the fourth one, but I was not really a big fan of it.
We're gonna come back to Resident Evil 4 soon enough, but yeah, go ahead.
The fifth one, which was really just for me a party game more than a serious game.
Yeah, a co-op game. That's the thing everyone says. Jake probably said the same thing at one point.
I mean, there's nothing more fun than taking the stun knife and just stunning your teammate the whole time. That's all you do on that game.
Alright. So yeah, no, it's interesting, like I said, it's interesting how it went from this puzzle, non-linear, fixed camera angle, tank control style to a third-person shooter, which a lot of people didn't like that much. Like you said, you're not a real big fan of that change.
You see, it's not that crazy bad, but it's just, I don't know, I just have this thing where I hate it if they take a game title that was always the same way, that always followed a formula, and then completely change that formula and still give it the same name. Just like, for instance, Final Fantasy getting from turn-based combat to being a freaking MMO. Like, why? But that's my opinion, you know?
I understand, but I myself certainly don't have a problem with that. I mean, I play a Resident Evil game every year, and even though there's a year in between, when I started playing Code Veronica, I was starting to feel the fixed camera angle, tank control fatigue. So the switch to third person was an interesting and refreshing one.
Oh,
and I
actually,
feel like Resident Evil.
That's
Yeah.
very weird because I think Code Veronica did the whole fixed camera angle the best actually because it had this very nice smooth transition between them. And I've played the game quite recently, so I kind of remember it pretty well.
I played it last year, did a review on it, and my response to the game was it's like, aside from Zero, it legit to me is the worst of the classic Resident Evils with a lot of fucking problems. Specifically the Bandersnatches, which you just place in areas you can't see and then they fuck you over. Like you come in an area, oh, I just got attacked because I couldn't even see the enemy because the camera angle wasn't right, or like there's a lot of that going on in the game. And I feel like Resident Evil 4, despite the change of style, still feels a lot like Resident Evil. There's a bit more action orientation and a lot of changes, but the core of it still is like there's still parts where you go, wow, that's like the entire game actually. You go, wow, that's very Resident Evil. Which was a cool thing to see. But yeah, no, Assassin's Creed was just like, oh, alright, we're gonna go back to Egypt. So what do you think? Like, are you even a fan of the setting?
I don't like deserts.
I understand you. Like, is there any good desert level in a video game? I'm for real. Guys, think about this. Like, any good desert level in the game?
I'm not sure. Does 2D count as well?
Of course.
Okay, so Super Mario 3, like where you had that fucking angry ass sun following you?
That's one of the worst levels though!
Yeah, but it's memorable. Fuck you.
No, it's the worst. Jake, you got any legit answers? Journey, technically. Journey is one.
The far one?
Really? What's the desert level in the first one?
No, that was awful.
I don't remember that even. I remember nothing
it's
of
like
that
when
game.
you look for Pandora or something. No, not Pandora. Wait, what were you looking for exactly in the first
Pandora's
one?
box. I think you were looking for Pandora's box. I don't remember.
Yeah,
Fuck.
you had to go on a giant thing. And the first, like, literally, I think it's the first level, and you start in the desert, and you have to look for that thing. And you have to kill some things, and it was such a mess. Fuck that level. Actually, no, there are no good
There are no good desert levels, except for Journey. But that entire game is set in the desert, so that doesn't count.
Okay,
like for realsies, there's no good...
Now that we bring that up, is there any freaking good ice level at all?
I think we're getting off track. That's actually good. That's a good topic of discussion. Though. But we're getting off track. We gotta focus on...
Which game are we talking about again?
Sonic Forces.
Oh, okay.
Next up is the game that got super robbed. Like the game that a lot of people don't even seem to mention or talk about that. Well, a lot of people who played it are like, yo, this is legit one of the best fucking things that came out this year. And a lot of Game of the Year awards are sleeping on what's pretty much one of the best games that came out this year. And that's Nier Automata. None of y'all know anything about Nier?
I have just heard a lot about it, and a lot of my friends just keep on talking very good about it, but I haven't been able to play it myself, nor have I wanted to see anything myself from the game. Because I want the first experience that I have to be completely blind, so I can be fully wowed by what it has to offer.
Yeah. Have you played the first Nier? No.
No.
Jake, know anything about Nier?
Well, I know nothing. But actually, it's kind of the same story. A lot of my friends also played it.
Yeah, but Sponge isn't Sponge like a
good about it.
Yeah, isn't Sponge like a huge fan of Nier, of the first one?
Who the fuck is Sponge?
You know who Sponge is. Give it a second, dude. Think about it. You know, who else would it be? Come on.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's a weird nickname. That I almost forgot. No, he doesn't. He doesn't play it.
What? He played the first one.
Well, I haven't heard him talk about it.
Wow, that's weird.
One.
He wouldn't shut the hell up about that game when it came out. That's interesting. Yeah, no, Nier Automata. Shut up. Nier Automata, developed by my favorite studio, Platinum Games, and written by, well, also developed by Yoko Taro, who did the first Niers in the Drakengard series. Super crazy story, well done, well written. I just wanted to focus for a second on Platinum Games because, like I said, like most of us don't even know Yoko Taro, or don't know his stuff, his work. But I think we all know Platinum Games well enough.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, Jake.
Huh? Yeah. That was convincing.
That was super convincing,
my friend. You're selling it.
Yeah, let's start with you. Let's start with you, Rich. What Platinum games did you play?
I played a little bit of Metal Gear Rising and...
Oh shit, yeah, I forgot about that one even. Oh man.
Metal Gear Rising was personally for me just a joke because I'm just a very big Metal Gear Solid fan, and just seeing that game was like, yo, what the hell is going on? I don't even want to play it. But just because of all the memes going on around it, I gave it a shot and I had a very, very good time playing it.
That game is fucking amazing. That game is super good.
Yeah, and besides of that, of course, some Bayonetta action. Sadly, back in the day, I was still living with my parents, and I was sharing my PlayStation 3 with my brother.
Oh man, this is one of those stories. Hold up to your butts.
Yeah, so basically, I was that person that was always or player 2 or just a spectator, you know? I watched my brother play through the whole game until he got to like the super boss, Rodon or something, like the shopkeeper. And
I don't know. Yeah, continue.
And then he was like, "Yo, fuck this shit. I ain't gonna be able to beat him." The only moment that I got to play that game was playing against the super boss while having zero knowledge of how the game mechanics are. Fun times.
Alright, Jake.
Sounds like fun.
Jake, honestly, that actually does sound like fun. Jake, what did you play? For what Platinum games did you play? There's one or two, I think.
I didn't play much. No More Heroes from Platinum, right?
Nope. That's Grasshopper. That's Grasshopper. I can understand. I can understand the mistake, but no.
Wait. Now I'm thinking Anarchy Reigns.
Anarchy Reigns, baby.
That was a crazy game that nobody plays.
Rich, do you have Anarchy
Reigns?
Reigns?
Died at the fucking first week.
Nah, man, I didn't even know the game. I think I have to look it up.
We're gonna have to fix that. I'm gonna get you a copy of Anarchy Reigns so we can all just fuck around with that game, because that game is fucking amazing.
It's fun, but it died in a week. It's so sad.
It never really lived, to be honest.
It never lived, but it died. Really quick.
It died even before it got out of the womb. Oh my god. I'm
New
sorry.
Year! Yay!
Merry Christmas! What was I gonna say? Anarchy Reigns is a sequel. Anarchy Reigns is a sequel to Mad World. Well, kind of a sequel. It's kind of a blurry area, but it's basically just like, hey, let's have this 3D beat 'em up character action as game, and let's make it a multiplayer game, and it's the fucking best, man. Just fucking a shit ton of characters. Bayonetta is in it. Bayonetta's playable in it.
Oh,
that's
damn.
cool. She's fucking broken as shit. But yeah, no, that game was kind of nuts. You just pick your character and you can play one-on-one. So fight a traditional fighting game as thing, which isn't even that good. But then there's like, oh, fight in 2 teams of 6. Fight in a 16-man free-for-all. Play Deathball. What was the name? Deathball?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, Deathball, which was basically just American football with the characters, and when you think about it, it's kind of like Rocket League before Rocket League. Think about it. There was also survival mode. The story mode wasn't that hard, but yeah, we had a blast playing that game, just coming online and just playing with ourselves.
Yeah, we were playing with
No,
ourselves.
So
no,
hard.
guys,
Oh, man.
please.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was jerking it the entire time, but we
Oh,
also
God.
played with ourselves.
Not my loot!
No, yeah, the Anarchy Reigns was the sickest fucking shit. Jake, did you play anything aside from Anarchy Reigns?
I'm thinking. I can't. For some reason, I can't think of any time. Bayonetta. I played Bayonetta.
A bit of it. Like Rich, you played a bit.
On the Xbox 360, I had it, but then I bought it on the Wii U. I got that package with like 1 and 2.
You got quite the big package, yeah.
Yeah, I got all of the packages. But then I gave my copy away to Sponge.
Wait, Sponge still has the copy?
The 360 copy.
Oh,
yes.
okay, yeah, okay. What
Because
a
I
bum.
got a double and he didn't have it, so I was like, yeah, here, take this good game.
Yeah.
And my Bayonetta 1 and 2 is now still in plastic.
Just like Bloodborne. Just like
everything.
just like the next game we're gonna talk about. So yeah, that was Nier Automata. I love Platinum. Respect. That's Anarchy Reigns. Game of the Year 2017. Anarchy Reigns. Every year. You play ukulele?
No.
No. You haven't played ukulele, the best 3D platformer ever made. You haven't played that one, right? Have you played the shittiest 3D platformer ever made? Ahead in Time. Psych!
Ooh.
It's the other way around. Ahead in Time is the fucking best.
Ahead in
if it
Time
wasn't
is
for
so
Mario-
beautiful, man. It's super.
It's so good, man. If Odyssey didn't come out this year, fucking Ahead in Time would have been the best 3D platformer out there. For realsies. Have you played a bit of it?
I have seen a really good friend of mine playing quite a bit of it. I was at his place like just when the game came out, and we were legit sitting in front of the computer just refreshing the Steam page over and over again just to wait until it gets released and instantly start playing it. And it was so worth every single second.
Yeah, for realsies, it's fucking nuts. Like, I remember seeing that game like 5 years ago, and I was like, oh, this game is dead. Like, after 2 years of hearing nothing about it, I was like, oh, this game is dead. And then it started popping up this year. I was like, oh, I guess it's not. And the guys were at Gamescom, and I had a chat with the developers who are really passionate. I really love 3D platformers and all that shit. And I played the Crows, the demo where you're on the train with the crows, which was fucking hilarious. That game has great comedic writing, like really funny game. Like, probably I'm gonna say it now, the funniest game that released this year.
Sonic Forces.
That's funny for another reason. Yeah. All right, let's just move on. Ahead in Time. If I played it, it'd probably be my game of the year, unless I played Mario Odyssey. So yeah, take that for what you will. Fucking Ahead in Time, the best. Too bad ukulele isn't like Ahead in Time. Shame on you, ukulele. This year also marked the return of another big Nintendo franchise, and on the Switch, Sonic Forces, yeah. Super Mario Odyssey on Switch, finally out. Jake, you haven't played that, right?
Nope.
I haven't played it either, except for on Gamescom this year, which I had a blast. And Rich, you probably haven't played it either.
I haven't played it either, but I have seen it a little bit, and goddamn, it looks beautiful.
Oh man, honestly, like a lot of outlets are giving Breath of the Wild that game of the year. I totally understand. I honestly think Super Mario Odyssey should get that game of the year shit, because goddamn, that game is fucking nuts. You can turn into a Tyrannosaurus, a tank, a pole, a cab, a human. Like, you can turn into everything. This game is everything. Rich, did you play any of the 3D platformer Mario games? I think you did. I think we talked a bit about Super Mario Sunshine, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I have played a little bit of that, and I have completed the DS version of Super Mario 64.
Ah, yes, the DS remake. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, that one was pretty fun.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Like, the DS wasn't really that fit for a D-pad, so playing out on the 3DS is actually like super good because you've got the circle pad. But never played Galaxy 1 or 2.
I have played a little bit of the second one, and I have completely played the first one, but that was such a long time ago. I don't remember that crazy much of it. I do remember having a shitload of fun playing it.
Those games are like sublime.
Yeah,
I honestly think the
really
first one
good.
is better than 2. And yeah, no, like the Wii U the 3D Super Mario game on the Wii U was fairly different in that it was Super Mario World, which was Super Mario 3D World, excuse me, which was a bit more traditional 2D platforming style in the sense that you had to go from point A to B, and the level design was way more linear, but it was still a super solid 3D platformer with co-op, always a nice addition. But yeah, I feel like a lot of people wanted this open-ended Mario Galaxy, Sunshine, and 64 style, and what we got was something way more than that. Like, there's like a few levels and they drop you in and they go Banjo-Kazooie on you. It's instead of like, hey, here's the star to collect, it's like, here's a power moon, and they just kind of let you collect all of them in one sitting, like Jiggies in Banjo-Kazooie. Only it's a bit more than just like 20 Jiggies a level. It's like, what was it? Like almost goddamn, there's like 999 power moons or something to collect. It's nuts how many you are to collect. Yeah, no, I feel like Odyssey kind of got the short end of the stick because while Breath of the Wild is crazy, new, unique, yada 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 yada, I think Mario Odyssey is just polished to a mirror sheen, whereas Breath of the Wild still has a few flaws and a few things that might not have people be that excited. But because it's Zelda, it's gotta win, right?
You see, in my personal opinion, I do kind of still hope that Zelda will get Game of the Year over
Zelda is
Super Mario.
getting Game of the Year awards all over the place. Like, it's already happening. Like, as far as Game of the Year awards go, Zelda won pretty much everything.
Yeah, but
Every Game of the
here's
Year
the
award.
thing: the new Mario game, it's like they took a formula that already existed, but they really perfected it and they really polished it so well. While Breath of the Wild is just a completely new breath. They tried something completely new, something completely different for their already existing game franchise, and it's a very weird, different step for what we are used to from Zelda. While
Yeah, but you can argue that with Odyssey as well. I mean, yeah, Mario still jumps because if he doesn't, it's not really Mario. But when you look at it, like like of course, like you had Swamp Fortress and Bob-omb Battlefield and all that shit, but this one's just like giant open areas. Of course, this is like the star thing, but it's done in a different way. I think Mario Odyssey does exactly the same thing that Breath of the Wild does, but it doesn't get the recognition it gets for it. I honestly do think that it's doing something entirely different.
I wouldn't
not because
quite say that they are doing something entirely different. They are just doing it in a completely different way, but it is still something that we already know.
Sure. Okay, I guess I can deal with that. Mario Odyssey still got robbed.
It's still fucking good. I want to play that
it's so
so
good.
badly.
Ah, me too. As soon as I get my hands on a Switch, I'm coming over.
Oh man, please do.
And now we're gonna talk about the game, about the blue blur, the fastest hedgehog alive. Jake?
Sonic 4?
Mania. Yes, Sonic Mania.
Yes.
Sonic Mania finally came out. Man, that game is crazy. Like, I remember first seeing that game. Like, oh my god, it's pixel art and it looks so good and Sonic's fat and all that shit. Jake, you have Sonic 3 on your Wii, right?
I do?
Alright, Rich, you play quite a few 2D Sonic games, I imagine.
Oh heck yeah, I played quite a bit of it.
How about, like, you haven't played Mania yet, right?
You allowed me to play it a little bit, I think, didn't you?
I don't even own Mania. So
No, I played it with another
You
friend.
played Freedom Planet with me.
Oh
you played
yeah,
Freedom Planet
yeah,
with me.
that's basically the
the
same
best
thing, man.
Sonic game.
That's basically
The
the
best
same.
Sonic game.
But
That's basically
no,
the same.
seriously, like Sonic Mania, it looks really good. It plays really fun. Like every single stage, every single level is just so much fun. You never end a level without saying, this is completely the same as I expected it to be. It's always innovating, bringing something new. Like, it's surprising how fresh that game really can be, even with the levels that you've already seen so often.
Yeah.
Buy it now.
Yeah, alright. Buy it now. Buy it, like, for reals. Buy it now, like, for realsies. Buy it now. Jake, did you play any Tekken 7 or any previous Tekken games?
I'm thinking.
We played one. Remember
Didn't
that
I
one
buy
time
Tekken,
was.
or was that something else that I bought?
Yeah, no, you bought Tekken. We played a bit of Tekken.
Did I?
A bit. Yeah, we played a bit of Tekken 6. Not too much.
Oh.
All
I
right.
totally remember.
Rich, did you play Tekken 7?
Heck yeah. I lent it from a friend of mine. He left his PlayStation 4 for me, especially for me because my PC like broke down.
Yeah, your PC won't handle that shit.
Yeah, my PC broke down. My friend was like, "Hey boy, I feel sad for you. Here, you can play with my thing." And basically the only two like decent options that I had of games to play were Overwatch on PS4, which by the way is pretty disgusting to play, but it's really still fun as hell. But
Yeah, that's kind of confusing, but sure.
no, it's disgusting to play a shooter like that on non-PC platforms.
Yeah, you're going for the PC Master Race.
Yeah, but it was still fun as
Alright.
hell to play on the console. But despite that,
Fun playing Halo 3 on your PC. Ah!
but despite all
Yeah, no,
that,
continue.
I just kept on playing Tekken 7. I was trying to climb the ranks online as fast as I could. And goddamn, I was just having a blast playing a shitload of with Lily, trying out new characters, all that kind of stuff. It was just so great.
And I sadly haven't been able to play the game yet. How's Akuma? How do you like him?
Akuma, he plays way too weird. I tried him for a little bit, but I really couldn't get around him. It was like, I don't know. It felt like I was playing Street Fighter V again in the form of I'm pressing what I
See,
think.
to me that sounds cool.
No. I'm pressing a button what I think to be something to come out very quick, but it doesn't come out very quick. I'm pressing the button
okay,
what I
yeah.
think that should give the most priority on hit, but it doesn't do that. That's what I mean.
Yeah. And then there's another 3D platformer. And a 2D platformer. And you gotta go fast. And you gotta create your own character. Jake?
Oh, I know this one.
Nah, actually,
Oh,
we
here he
both
goes. Here's
really
the,
don't have
here's the
an
joke.
idea.
He's gonna say the wrong game. Here's the joke. He's not gonna say Sonic Forces. He's gonna say something else. Jake?
You ruined the joke.
Yes, I win this one, fucker.
Well,
So yeah.
instead I will say fucking Game of Thrones Season 7. Fuck you.
Oh, that's pretty good, man. Made by
Gotta go
Telltale. Made by Telltale, man.
No, made by Sega. I gotta go fast. I remember that part where Ned Stark's head is just spin dashing all over the place.
Oh my god. Should have got the barrier, asshole.
All right. Before we continue, who would be Knuckles in Game of Thrones? Who would play Knuckles?
Hodor.
Hodor?
Yeah,
All right.
totally.
What about Peter Dinklage as Dr. Eggman?
I don't watch this series, I just know Hodor.
Hodor is every
Neither.
character.
I know just the fucking. I know the Peter Dinklage, the little dude.
Oh yeah.
Oh, God,
I know
son.
you, I know
Oh,
you.
He plays Dr. Eggman.
Heck
No,
yeah.
No, he's Tails.
He steals.
Yeah.
Oh, I like it. Who's Sonic? No, yeah, Ned Stark's head is Sonic. That's right. How about that dragon girl? She's Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yeah, not edgy enough. She could be creamed.
Jon Snow is Shadow the Hedgehog. He's edgy
Oh,
as
heck
fuck.
yeah.
Okay. Alright. So yeah, Sonic Forces came out. A lot of people were excited for this. I played it on Gamescom and I was like, ooh, this game's gonna bomb real bad. And it came out and it bombed pretty bad.
No, what are you talking about? It's great. You can
shut
make
the
your
hell
own
up.
hedgehog.
Dude, have you seen some of the OCs out there? They're amazing.
Yes.
Hot Wheels Master 69 is the best. Like fucking Cold Steel the Hedgehog bullshit, I love it.
Dude, at least now people that don't have any skills when it comes to making art can make some posts on DeviantArt about their OCs. I am very glad for them.
Yeah.
I'm
Like
so
Jake's-
glad for that.
Jake's, have you seen Jake's DeviantArt with his OC?
I have a DeviantArt?
Oh my god.
Inflato the Hedgehog.
Inflato the Hedgehog?
Inflato the Prego Hedgehog.
Oh my god. Please,
now I'm
no.
just reminded by that one post somebody made. I wish hedgehogs were real.
He likes Chinko. His character likes Chinko jeans and hates his dad.
Oh no.
Oh, Cold Steel the Hedgehog is still one of the best fucking things.
Yes.
Fuck you, Jimmy. Stop reading my DeviantArt page. Well, that's Sonic Forces. That's all we're gonna get out of that game.
Best game ever.
So, any history with the Call of Duty franchise, Rich?
I played a few demos on the PlayStation 2 and a few times while friends are around and
Yeah,
if they
wasn't-
keep it like around here. That's like
Wasn't your
sometimes.
roommate like crazy hardcore into Modern Warfare 3?
Yeah, but he played it on console, so he's disgusting.
Except Call of Duty is like way better suited for consoles. Like on PC, that shit is a kind of mess. Except for everything before 3 is super doable on PC, but all the rest just stick with console versions, honestly. Jake, you and I spent a lot of time on Black Ops. Remember that shit?
Yes.
Do you have any interest going back to the series?
Yeah.
Because you're a big fan of the Second World War.
Yeah.
You're a big fan of World War II. You're a big fan, like you've always said to me, I love them Nazis. I just want to play a game. No, you're a big fan of the setting. Let's just say that. Because saying you're a big fan of World War II is kind of fucked up. But yeah, you're a big fan of the setting.
Yes. No, it doesn't per se has to be World War 1 or 2, but just like it's easier for me because I just like those, grim moments and I don't know, it just gives me like the whole atmosphere, that kind of thing is cool. Wow,
Yeah.
it's cool. It's World Wars are cool. No,
Yeah, World Wars are cool.
yeah.
Have you seen or played anything of World War II yet?
I've seen some stuff.
Alright,
I
yeah,
have
actually,
no
me.
interest in it actually at all for some reason.
There we go. That's the Jake way to do it. Yeah. I want to. Wait. No, I don't.
In the end, I would just buy it and put it in my closet.
Will you? Yeah, and in plastic. Still in
in a
plastic.
couple of years.
You
I'll be
bought-
like, oh yeah.
I bought it and it's still in this plastic. Jake, you bought a second-hand copy. Yeah, I know. I just wrapped it in plastic again. So Jake, what's your game of the year 2017? What's the best game that came out in 2017 to you?
Hands down, Breath of the Wild, no doubt.
Breath of the Wild. All right. Why is that?
Because it's one of the
Got it.
only games I played and actually enjoyed.
Oh wow, that's legit. That's kind of praise you get from this guy, because this dude's like fucking.
Yo,
he
enjoying
hates-
playing video games? That's disgusting, dude.
Yeah.
It's kind of disgusting when you think about it.
As
But yeah, no. So your pick is Breath of the Wild.
if I had Sonic Forces, it would definitely be Sonic Forces.
Okay. Yeah, we know. So, God damn it. Rich, what's your pick for Game of the Year 2017?
Tekken 7?
Oh wow, it's like that. That one was like immediately. It's like you
Yeah,
immediately
there was
knew
no
that-
doubt
that your
whatsoever in
yeah,
my
no
mind.
doubt that was your
Tekken
first
7
pick.
instantly. Yeah, that's the first thing I thought of. Every
And
time I
why?
wake up, the first thing I do is I gasp some air and I yell Tekken 7, baby!
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. So Tekken 7. Why? How? When? Go ahead. Just go a bit deeper into Tekken 7.
I was just a very big fan of Tekken, like
As am I.
especially after Tekken Tag Tournament 2. That game like really
fuck,
brought
yeah.
me into wanting to get like really fucking good into Tekken. And just waiting for Tekken 7 to come out, that was like a very big wait. It was the most like competitive one in its, well, how do I have to say, in its fan base and all that kind of stuff. And
Yeah.
the new additions of, like, for instance, the Rage Art, the Rage Drive, and all that
Akuma
kind
and
of
Geese
shit.
Howard, shut the
Fucking
fuck up.
Akuma? Yeah, seriously, like, they brought so much
Geese
new
Howard and Noctis, like what the fuck? That game is getting weird.
Yeah. Basically, they brought so much new shit in there that I really wanted to see, and just playing a game on the Unreal 4 engine was already good enough for me. But yeah, just a combination of everything together in one game that was just a perfect spicy game for me, man.
Rich is top dog now. You're the man now, dog. No,
Sorry,
Rich, you're
Jake,
super
you're
right.
out of here.
He never was here in the first place.
He was
Yeah, no,
only in
that's-
our imaginations, man.
Completely cut
The
me
Jake
out.
is not real. Jake is Sonic Forces.
Gotta go
Oh my
fast.
god.
My pick for Game of the Year, as far as I've played it, I haven't played that much. I played Gravity Rush 2, I played Breath of the Wild, and Horizon Zero Dawn. I keep forgetting about Horizon, for realsies. I just keep forgetting that game exists, and that's not a knock against
Guess
it.
who will
But
get Game of the
like,
Year?
like Jake, my vote goes to Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I haven't played ahead in time. If I did, I'd probably pick that. But Breath in Time was super legit. Like, fuck, that game was so fucking fun. Like, and even though I bothered myself at the frame rate issues and the weapon switching system, it's just like, again, like I said, that assault on Ganon's castle I did as soon as the game started is like one of the most memorable things I've done in gaming in general. And I'm not the kind of dude who likes to go hyperbolic, but that's legit how I feel about it. Like, that whole fucking, oh, I gotta get in, I gotta avoid enemies, I gotta climb this, I gotta like strategically plan my route to Ganon and then get fucked was one of the most fun things I did. And everything aside from that was also incredibly fun. Incredibly fun exploring the sandbox. The sandboxiness of the game was incredibly satisfying and fun to mess around with. Yeah, no, for realsies, 2017, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. So that's 2 Breath of the Wilds and Tekken 7. Congratulations, let's give them applause.
Clap, clap.
Alright. Oh, man. What game was the best game you played this year that didn't come out in 2017? So what game did you play that you never played before that came out that didn't come out in 2017 is, according to you, the best game of 2017? Jake.
You guys will hate me for this, but I'm gonna say it's Final Fantasy 14.
I don't hate you for that, but you mean the expansion then?
No, the whole fucking game.
That doesn't count, because is this the first year you played?
Yes,
Is this the first time
year
you
I played it? I played the game literally for, I think in 2 weeks I played it for a year.
Wait.
Yeah.
Huh. Alright.
I started
Wow.
playing it this year.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. I thought that was 2016. So yeah, 2017. The best game you've played is Final Fantasy 14, A Realm Reborn. Why is that? Why is that your pick? Why? And do you pick it above Breath of the Wild as the best game that you played or not?
Yes, but it's more
And
about
why?
a personal opinion, because, you know, I like playing MMOs.
It always is.
I like playing MMOs, I like playing with friends, I actually met a lot of friends on it. The story was really great, the dungeons, raids, endgame, leveling, it was really great. And that's why I picked it.
And why do you think this is, for instance, like, why do you think this does some things like better than World of Warcraft or something? Or is there things that you really, really think like, this is why people should play this MMO instead of another one?
In some aspects I think it's better than World of Warcraft, in some aspects it's not so good in my opinion. But yeah, it's definitely great. For endgame, like the endgame just is worth it, like so much. It's so much fun, it's a high skill level, you actually, like the longer you play and more time you invest in it, you actually see your improvements, and that's just plainly fun.
And any memorable moments in that game that you go like, oh man, that's something that's gonna stick with me for a while?
I guess that would be the first time I went into Titan Extreme, because that fight was like super hard, and I just remember laughing our asses off every time we just fell off and we fail every mechanic, and it was just horrible and at the same time super fun.
Yeah, because I remember when you started playing that game, you were just like, man, I don't like this game. I think it's not good.
Yes.
And I was like, yo, dude, I told you, like, play Final Fantasy 14. You're gonna love it. I was like, nah. And then you played it, and you're like, nah, it fucking sucks. And then you're like, no, wait, hold on. This might be one of the best things I've ever played.
Yes.
Rich, you've played a lot of games in 2017 from 2017, but you also played a few games that weren't released in 2017 for the first time, did you?
I would say the Shovel Knight expansion. Really, that's all I can think of, to be honest.
All right, cool. And why is that? Like, what that expansion? What does it all add? Because I don't know too much about that expansion.
It's basically, as you are well aware that Shovel Knight does, it brings boss characters as fully playable characters. This time it brought Spectre Knight. And
oh, cool, yeah.
And basically every time they do something like this, they just take the basic game and they twist it around a little bit, give it a little bit of an extra story, give it a little bit of extra platforming, which is very character specific, and then you play around it. With Spectre Knight, it's a lot about air dashing, like going full Sonic the Hedgehog on that shit. Nah, but
oh god,
I was just feeding you, man. I was feeding you guys.
that one was coming. Predictable. As far as the best game I played this year that's not released in 2017, by far, hands down, not only the best game I played this year, it's better than Breath of the Wild, and it's one of the best games. Best of bag. But no, seriously, Resident Evil 4. Holy shit, that game is fucking godlike. It's fucking nuts. That game is so good. Like, the pacing, the tension, the mechanics, everything about that game works so fucking well. It's nuts. It's like, oh, this game is like 5 billion years old, and you expect it to be kind of old and archaic in a way, and then you play it, it's like, no, this game just still functions perfectly. My cousin, who's this like generic, hey, I'm a kid, I like to play the Call of Duties, and I handed him the controls because we had a challenge, and he started playing, and he was fucking up real bad because controls are really weird and confusing for people who haven't played that game. But he's like, yo, hot damn, that's a super good game, bro. I was like, yeah, I know. It's like, oh man, dude, my wiener's so hard.
I just like those little children and their wieners.
What the fuck are you talking about? Resident Evil 4 is like one of the best fucking games I've ever played for realsies. Like the pacing, the action, the tension, the dialogue is so fucking hammy. Everything about that game is just fucking divine. There's a few parts where I'm like, but like again, the main problems with the game are ironed out immediately. Like the some of the deaths are very cheap, but the fact is there's a very lenient checkpoint system. So anytime you die because of bullshit, you immediately respawn back at the point right before that bullshit, and you can get past it real easy. So there's still a few flaws, but nothing that keeps that game from being like legit one of the best games ever created. It ain't no Green Out Time, but it'll do. It'll do. So yeah, that's gonna wrap up our 2017 talk. Next up, we'll be talking about our 2018 talk, and we'll be looking into what games we're looking forward to in the future. What games, or what in general, just how 2018 is gonna go for us, or what we hope to see then. So we'll see you guys then. Rich, Jake, how about you guys say goodbye?
Goodbye, y'all.
Bye bye.
It's been fun.
Hey. Yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun. All right. That's a fact.